Let's take a look at the walkthrough tool. This is walkthrough. First thing to note is this has got a lot more functionality than previous versions. And when you use this tool, it will automatically turn on the camera view, the perspective, as if you were walking and looking. The world is in perspective, of course. Now, when this tool runs, first things first, you get this tooltip. Now, the reason I'm getting a tooltip is because and if we look down here, let's go to just a normal tool, not the walkthrough tool. If I go to identify element, can you see I've got show prompt at cursor turned on? I find this to be very useful. Now, any tool inside Design Review will give you these instructions if there are key presses. So there's lots of information down here. So I'm on the Identify Element tool. That's where it says Identify Element. Now, if I go to the walkthrough, you'll see we're getting a prompt. Okay, now if I click on here, you can now start to see all of the functionality in here. So let's keep this simple to start with. We'll come back and look at some of the more advanced things in here. Okay, so let's start by simply walking through. So if we click, we're now in a look mode. Okay, so if I move the mouse, this will change my position that I'm looking at. And all we need to do is use the keys on our. We can use the arrow keys, of course, if we wanted to, the cursor arrow keys. But we're going to use the, one likes to call them standard keys. Any old PC-based first-person game used to use these keys and still do today. So W walks forward, S walks back, A strafes to the left, and D strafes to the right. Quite simple. So if I wanted to walk down this corridor, I'd go just look at it and I walk down through it. Through this corridor, like so. Okay, and if I find something in here, let's say we've got some stairs. If I want to walk up the stairs, well, you can see I've just walked right through them. Okay, which is fine. So let's click again. That will pause the view. Hitting a reset will reset our view back to the beginning. Don't want to do that. So if we click on here, you'll notice we've got a C and a Z, or a Z if you prefer, to toggle collisions and flaw detection. So let's go back into the view and try the flaw detection. So let's hit Z or Z on my keyboard. Let's click first and then hit Z. And let's see what happens when we walk forwards. You can see it's now walking up the stairs. If I go backwards, well, it's left me floating, which is not exactly what I want. So let's try hitting C as well. Let's go for C and Z. Let's make sure. So you can see we've got these three icons on. Now, first things first, you might need to know that Q will elevate you down and E up. Let's try walking through and see what we get now. There we go. We're up the stairs. Let's turn the corner and walk up these stairs. Okay, we're hitting a little bit of a collision, so I'm just going to change my position slightly and you can see what we get. So that's how things work in here. Okay, so let's see what happens if I walk down the stairs. Oops, missed them. Yep, sure enough, they walk down the stairs, around the corner and back down the stairs. Now you can make yourself elevate by hitting E. That will take you up, and Q will take you down. And if you're walking, you can hit Shift to make you go faster. And if you can't remember, you can always go in here, and Control will decrease the speed. So bear those tools in mind. They've definitely changed from previous versions, but it gives us a lot more control over our walking through models.